What is going on, betting people? It's your boy UT here, back with another video. We've got another day of Champions League games, some dodgy games, but we've still got a best bet, so let's get into it. Yes, boys, so we are back. Another day, another bet. Some Champions League games, like I said in the intro, some dodgy games coming up. First of all, we've got Barcelona against PSG. PSG at home. If you know us already, PSG are the most favourable team for us. Have burnt us so many times over the last few years of betting. So they are a no-go for us usually. But we've only got 2 games today, so we're going to try find something in that game that we can mix in. We've got Atletico and Dortmund. Atletico at home, obviously one of the best home sides in Europe. In fact, in terms of results there, it's one of the hardest places to go. As we saw in the last round, Inter Milan should have had it in bag in the first leg and then, travel to Madrid and kind of bottle it, really. So, looking at that, Atletico are probably a team that actually maybe wanted this game in the second leg. You know what I mean? They can see what they can do in Germany and then come back and they know they can get something at home. Whereas now it's a different game because they do actually have to push and create some sort of advantage to then go to Dortmund, which, on a European night against that yellow wall, is not an easy task. Even though Dortmund, they've been playing a lot better in the Champions League than majority of the time in the Bundesliga, but on these nights you never really know. So having said that, we do want to kind of be staying with the Atletico side just because of that home form. Think that they have to try to create some sort of advantage to you think get through this tie, really. This is the game that they kind of have to do something. So what we are looking at, you can play this on Bet365, you can play this on BetUS, pretty much anywhere that you can also mix in player props as well. They're both sitting around the same odds, but the first leg of our bet builder or prop builder will be Atletico Madrid double chance. Like I said, they've lost once in, I think, all the season at home. They've not lost at home in the Champions League yet. The home just seems to be a fortress and something they really rely on. The fans make a huge difference. And Dortmund travelling away can be very hit and miss from what we've seen, even though Champions League wise they've been decent. So that first leg is just Atletico not to lose the game. We've seen decent odds, even though they are the favourites, but rightly so in my opinion. As well as that, we're going to mix in over 1.5 goals. Now, this is one that could be tight. It could be a very tight, cagey, typical Simeone Madrid game. But there is no values on the unders. And for 2 goals in the game, if Dortmund do end up sneaking one, or Madrid kind of push one, then should really somewhat open it up. Teams aren't going to want to go all out and give themselves a huge disadvantage going back, but you can't just let teams, create. So maybe both teams should see some opportunities to score. I think this is something that not insanely confident in, but there's just a little more value in it than everyone seems to be hammering the unders right now. And like we say, with everyone usually putting on one bet, which I totally understand, especially in first legs like this. As a community play, a lot of the times we like to just mix it up and just try to avoid them in case something crazy does happen. But 2 goals, you only need a bad decision, a penalty, an early goal, and it kind of changes the game in a way. So we're hoping we can do that. We've got Atletico double chance and over 1.5 total goals, and then we're going to have to mix something else in for that. So we're going to go across to the PSG Barcelona game, and it's not one I really want to touch. Barcelona relying heavily on youngsters, and Paris Saint-Germain are so in for the Champions League every year but never seem to quite cut it. They've always had the big names that, for some reason it just never really seems to work for them. Maybe it's too much individual stuff. But this PSG may be different. It is something, like you said, they've got a sole focus probably on this competition and to do well. And it's probably the best time to play a Barcelona. Even though, Xavi's kind of leaving now. They've said actually, they seem like they've been playing better since that's kind of been agreed that Xavi at the end of the season will leave. But still, like I say, they're relying on young players. and they're kind of susceptible at the back. This is not a game I want to touch either side. I don't want to touch goal lines just because of our previous kind of bets with these two teams. But as yesterday, big games call for big players. So we're going to mix in Kylian Mbappe to have 3 shots. It seems to be set that he's going to probably move to Real Madrid or be out in the summer. So it's a chance for him to impress and finally do something for PSG to try again to that point this season. It's probably his last chance with him. And Luis Enrique, in games like these, it's not the league where he can sub him off. Really, he should be using him to his advantage as much as he can and seeing what he can do there. So I think Mbappe's got a great record previously shot-wise against Barcelona, so I think it's still possible with him also on in them attacking areas. So we are currently sat around -106 on Bet365 and -107 on BetUS. These seem to be the 2 best places to play this bet. Let me know if you are tailing down below. Hopefully we can continue this seriously green streak. Like I said, if you don't already, go follow me Twitter, UT_betting2. We've also got a podcast, Tea&Tackles, which is on Twitter as well, Spotify, YouTube, and on TikTok. But yeah, hopefully we can keep this streak going. We should be back for the weekend games at some point soon. Appreciate you all. Any love, subscriptions, shares, comments, anything you can show, all the good stuff, we greatly appreciated. And as always, let's cash.